Okay, so welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jessica. Today I'm going to be taking you along with me on my DIY Christmas glow up. I don't go to a salon anymore for anything. I do literally all of my beauty things myself. So I'm going to take you along doing some skincare, some hair removal, some hair care, and do my nails, which are looking really grubby because I bit them off when I was really anxious the other day, which is not a good look. But I'm going to start out with my brows, and I've got this really dark black brow tint which, yes, it's too dark for me. However, this is the one that I have and I don't want to buy a new one until I've used this one up, so we're going to go in with this. I've got my snowman kitchen roll from the middle of Lidl because I will make a mess. I'm going to put that down, and I'm going to start out by putting this barrier on around my brows. I'm also going to tint my eyelashes with this, so I will just coat around my brows and then probably onto my lashes as well, just under and around, so that I don't get black smudges on there as well. This is my absolute favourite beauty step, so I'm starting out with this. We're starting out strong, and then I will do the rest. I will do the rest of my hair care stuff, and then we'll move on to skin and do my nails as the very last step, so I don't ruin them with brow dye or wax. That is the Vaseline all rubbed in. I may clip my hair back because I don't want to be dyeing my hair black as well. But basically, this kit, you get the two tubes, like the developer and the colour, so you just combine them in a 1:1 ratio. And I didn't clean it the last time that I used it, but it's fine. I really don't want to get this. This is black, like it's a really heavy duty black, so I do not want to be getting this on my nice white bedding. That would not be good because this is brand new bed sheets. Equal parts of the developer. It comes with this like spatula thing to mix it, so I'm just mixing it, and we can always add more. We can't put it back in, so I'd rather start with less and then have to mix more. I've already got it on my hand and it really stains, so that is not ideal. You just pick it up on the side that looks like a brush and then go in and brush your brows. And I'm gonna try not to get it on the skin around, even though I've put that Vaseline on, just because it will probably still stain. The Vaseline can only do so much, and I am pretty messy when it comes to doing my brows and my hair, so I just need to try and be careful. I've got some earbuds to neaten it up afterwards as well. What I do is I like to brush it back the other way so that I coat every strand, and then just gonna try and coat all of the hairs, and then I'll go in and wipe away the mess that I've made on the skin around the hairs because I don't want to be tinting that. So just try and wipe away some of the darkness that I've got on my skin. And then I'm just gonna go wash my hand and then I'll do the other brow. I also just grabbed these Garnier clips, so I'm gonna move my hair out of my face because I really don't want to be tinting the fronts of my hair black. Go in on this brow now, and if you do get any of this on your hands, just try and wash it off as soon as you can with some hot water. Grab, if you've got like a nail brush, scrub it a little bit with the nail brush too, because that's just gonna help you to get it off. I actually got this Schwarzkopf brow tint from Superdrug Presents when I went to that in the summer, and that was just such a fun event. I won a competition with Maybelline to go to that, and I loved it. I will try and get tickets again next summer. I'd never even heard of it, to be honest. Made such a mess with this brow. I really need to tidy this up ASAP. Swipe away. Forgot how long you're supposed to leave it on for. So you leave it on for 5 to 10 minutes, and it's supposed to last for 6 weeks. And I don't actually remember the last time I did this, but my lashes still look pretty dark. My brows were looking slightly more light brown blonde. But yeah, so I'm gonna leave this on for, I'm gonna leave it on for 10 minutes because I want it to be quite impactful. Or am I? Last time I might have only left it on for 5. Let's leave it on for 5 just in case. We can always do it again. I can't take it off. So what I'm going to do is tint my lashes, and then once I've applied all of the lash tint, I will then remove the dye from my brows. Okay, just gonna coat the top and the bottom. Okay, the lashes take some serious concentration. Find that it's my bottom lashes where I end up getting it in my eyes. Let's clear this up. Why is one of my lashes like poking upwards? Can you see that? Might do this eye off camera because I always struggle to do this eye for some reason. Okay, so that is my lashes and brows done. I'm gonna go and wipe this off now. Turned slightly stormy, so I've just put the ring light on and I've just put some warm water onto a cotton wool pad, and then I'm just wiping away at the dye stained everywhere. It's just, see, I think I've stained my skin, which is annoying, but I've done this a couple of days before Christmas, so hopefully by Christmas it won't be looking like this. And I'll just have to put concealer over the top, I guess, if it still looks stained. I'm gonna leave the lashes on for a couple more minutes just so that they can be super black, and then we'll wipe those off too. It's got a blue undertone. So I've now got blue stained skin around my brows, but well, we'll figure it out. I've actually lost track of what the time is and how long this has been on, but my eyelashes, my bottom lash is starting to sting. So I'm just using cotton wool again with some warm water, and what I'm doing is trying to sort of grab my lashes to get most of the dye off, and then I will just sort of go on and like wipe up and then wipe down as well, just to try and get all that dye off without getting it on my eyeballs because it stings. We're starting as we mean to go on. This probably will be quite chaotic. I'm gonna go try and wash my face properly with a cleanser, and then we'll move on to the waxing my legs and my armpits next. So we've returned and I've used a couple of different face washes to get the majority of the dye off my brows, and now you might notice the towel behind me. I am going to go in with the waxing section of this video. So I did a video about 2 weeks ago of waxing one armpit and then shaving the other to see how quickly they would grow back and like what the difference is. And so this is 2 weeks of growth of shaving, and then this is 2 weeks of growth of waxing. Today I'm going to go in with waxing on both arms. I feel like this is going to feel slightly criminal to show you how hairy my legs are. Going in with these Veet wax straps. Supposedly you don't have to warm them up anymore, but I always warm them up still. Okay, so let's start up here, shall we? Smooth it down in the direction that the hair grows, and then I'm going to pull it tight, and then if you want to give me a countdown. 3, 2. Oh. So the wax is stuck to my knee. So that's annoying. That's a new one. Let's try and get that off, shall we? Okay, it's gone. Why did it not? It's hardly taken any hair off. Maybe it's because they are really quite hairy, aren't they? That was a bit of a jump scare even for me. I didn't realise they were that hairy. Okay, we're on a roll now. This is like a poster child for social media beauty. we'll roll with it. I'm just gonna wipe that leg, and then that is that leg done. The wipe at the end is just incredibly satisfying. Leg away. 3, 2, 1. Ouch! Down to the last strip finally. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that was so nice. There was like barely any hair left to remove. Look at that. That is a juicy, juicy strip. Look at all the hair on that. If it disgusts you, what did you expect clicking on this video? And now it's time to move on to the armpits. Another area of hair that people seem to have a huge problem with, which, shock, horror, everybody gets hair on their armpits. I don't know if you know that, but we do, so there's actually nothing to be ashamed of. I find the peels really satisfying, so I'm gonna indulge you in a little peel action. So this was the armpit that I waxed weeks ago. So this one is relatively little hair in comparison. Now on to the one that I shaved, which is looking pretty meaty. Might require some plucking as well as the wax, just to remove every last strand. That one hurt. And now, seeing as it's Christmas, I'm going to treat myself by using the last of these finishing wipes, which makes me sad. Feet, if you're watching this, please can you give us more of these wipes? They're just so satisfying, and 4 is just never enough. Wipe away the wax that's left over, and I don't think I actually need to do any plucking. I think I've got every strand. Brilliant! Merry Christmas to me. During my split ends is the last step on my hair care section of the video, and so we can do 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's apply this first. Okay. My nose in particular is quite full of pores, so we want to get all up in there. So that can be drying whilst I now do my split ends. So what I like to do is I just split my hair in half, and then I do a little twist on each side, and then I just trim any split ends that poke out once I've twisted. To get to the end, I just do a little bit of this. Now onto the other side. That's the split ends done, and the face mask is still not quite dry, so I'm just putting in a claw clip, and then I'm gonna let this dry before I peel it away. Okay, we're nicely dried off now, so let's peel away this mask. These are usually really messy and also painful, so oh, my eyeball is watering. Look at my skin. Some of the bits I may just have to wash off because they don't all come off. Boom. Okay, so I just went in with some warm water followed by cold, and it made my face really red, so I just gave my skin a little bit of a break. And now I'm going to go in with this Roche-Posay moisturizing balm, because the cold weather is making my skin super dry and it's breaking out. So then I'm going to go in with these Garnier pimple patches on a couple of pimples that I've got popping around. A tiny bit of this Roche-Posay moisturizer, because it is really quite thick and heavy duty, so I only need a little bit. I don't know about you, but when it comes to Christmas, I find keeping what I've got people as gifts a secret to be so hard. Like, as soon as I buy something for someone, I just want to tell them, and I'm like, no, because like the surprise will be nice, like don't tell them. And then I ended up like giving hints, and I'm like, no, just don't say anything. But I just find it so hard to keep what I've got people a secret. the pimple patches. I'm just going to put 2 on. These Garnier ones have got different sizes, so I'm just going to go in with like the smaller one, put on, then put one of the bigger ones. That is the skincare done pretty much. I'm just keeping it super minimal, giving it a little bit of extra moisture, and then gone in with these pimple patches to try and shrink these pimples down before Christmas Day. Final skincare step before I move on to my nails is to moisturize, which I wish I could tell you, this is new, it smells, I don't know why I did that as if you could smell it, but it smells really good. I wish I could tell you that I moisturize my full body all of the time, every day, but I just don't. This is the first time I've moisturized my body other than my face in, genuinely don't know, months maybe. But seeing as we're having a little Christmassy glow up, I thought I would treat my body to moisturize, and I'm going to do the rest of this off camera, and then we will crack on with these grubby looking nails which have still got face mask stained on them. So for the last step we have the nails, which, let me just, so this is the light, the electric nail file, which again, another middle of Lidl find. This is the most important step for your nails, the dehydrator. Make your nails that you do at home last the longest. Then I've got the top gel, the mini macaroon blush shade, which is just like a natural nude, and I've got the Beetles top coat, and then what's missing, mini macaroon nail lamp, which I do like to use. I like to basically put in, I like to do the whole hand and go in with the mini macaroon just to finish off the top coat to make sure that it's set properly. So this is going to take me a few hours. This is such a long process. So it did in fact take me 2 hours to do my nails, because I basically did a base layer, then I did 2 coats of the pink because it's like a really kind of muted pink colour, and then I also did the top coat as well, and I wanted to make sure it was fully cured. It's the next day now, so I just thought I would do a check-in from the glow up. I'm wearing this Lancome lipstick. It's absolutely stunning. Look at the packaging. Ready? Pops out like that. It's just so pretty, and I got it around last Christmas and it was on a mega sale. I think I paid like £5 for it, which is actually pretty crazy because it's just such a nice red. But yeah, I just thought that the Christmas glow up was not complete without some curls and a little bit of makeup. My skin is still not having the best time, but hopefully I can do another couple of face masks and pimple patches and we will be good to go for all the Christmassy celebrations over the next few days. So if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.